Okay, so we're reacting to some white slash some black and white on black tattoos today.
I'm so excited.
It's from a person that has volunteered pictures to the page or to the YouTube several times and took my advice at various points and got a better product from it. And I'm happy to follow up on this. So.
All right, so this one is titled Harry Potter Sleeve. Woohoo. Hello. Been quite a while since I sent pics. Finished up my whole sleeve and started working on the other arm. The bright pic is fresh and every other pic is 1+ year healed and looks great. I thought I would send in some final pics and see if you like how it turned out.
I got to get a hold of the guy that Terry did that snake on and do the follow-up too, because I'm positive it's going to be similar. So here we see this. Dumbledore was, I think, one of the first ones that he did.
And this is white on black.
Yeah, this is
white, so cool.
White and black on black here. It's like, this one was the same thing, the hand tattoo, the Harry Potter. And just looking around here, this I haven't seen yet, but you can see in there that this is the same thing, white and black on black. I don't know who these guys are. You probably do. I'm not a Harry Potter guy. You are. So
I mean, I would say it's like Harry and Hermione, but like I could be wrong.
Yeah, so and that's real small in there.
It is itty bitty. That's why I'm not making a real guess as to who it is. That
Snape at the top.
Snape is looking wicked.
I think you say one of them is fresh.
Yeah, I'd say the Snape.
So that's the fresh one.
Yeah.
Snape is the newest one.
Snape with a Dementor up there, and then there's a Moony. Yeah.
So these are all healed.
Quite a cool sleeve.
And these are all white and black on black. And it looks fucking awesome. It looks like alternative black and gray.
Yeah.
See, with this, you can see they did some background in there. I'm just trying to get some glare off the screen here.
Yeah.
They did some background in here. They can go back into this if they want in those background areas. I can tell those are only one pass. There's some of this that's more than one pass, but the background is just one pass. Mm-hmm. The thing about this stuff that's really cool, and you don't really get this with black and gray, and this is part of why I like this stuff, is like at any point, if you want to, you can enhance the contrast in places. So with black and gray, like you could start it out that way, or you could set it up a certain way to have contrast, but when it's all gray, it's kind of hard to go back in and do those things. You can dig things out, but with this, any part of this can be as bright or as dark as you want it to be. So some of these things they probably wanted dark, like the smoke in there. They may have wanted that to be darker than the foreground, right? Because the background is helping set out the foreground. The only thing that I'm curious about is at some point there was some color on black put into this too. I believe there was some color eye here. Yes, there was a color eye in the...
Yeah, Harry's eye.
And it still looks good. It's just subtle.
Yeah.
So like if they want to, they can go in and they can build that up again. I also want to point out, so the reason why this doesn't look as structured as the roses on my neck or even these, so they'll be a good example, the roses on my cheekbones here, they didn't use any liners for this.
Yeah, this looks like it's all shader.
So this is all shader. So there are some things that could be done here still that could enhance how this stands out. I don't know that he cares, and I think it looks great.
I don't think that they necessarily need to.
Well, they want it to be the realism thing, right? I do find realism is very doable on like black. People ask me all the time, could you do a portrait on black? It's like I've seen so many portraits done on. There's a Korean artist, I'm always forgetting their name, and they do like opaque portraits over black all the time.
You just have to wrap your head around like the idea of building kind of backwards.
It's once you do it and you understand what the process is, it's like it's not even any extra effort.
I think anybody who wants to like get into trying it, take some graphite, lay down a big graphite square and start erasing out, and that's kind of how you can teach yourself to wrap your head around this process.
These are not as difficult as people want them to be from a mindset standpoint. Like this is fairly easy compared to some of what compared to say what the hell Rick and I are up to.
Yep.
Like we're trying to do the impossible. We're out here fucking fighting a dragon. Not to take this away from anyone, because this is awesome. This is actually one of the easiest things to do. over black.
Yeah, I think so.
If you're good at realism. Like, if you're not good at realism, then you're not going to be good at portraits at all.
As long as you can wrap your head around working backwards. Because usually
it's like
we're
working
putting in,
sideways.
Yeah, we're putting in the darks, right? Usually with our ink, we're putting in the darks and going to the lights. You just have to be able to work the opposite way.
You have to put in both.
Yeah.
So like every part of it, if you just put in the lights, then it won't be substantial, and the white will just...
Putting in the darks is the part that like comes more naturally when you're
so
tattooing.
Yeah, like when you're doing this, it's more like a full color tattoo.
Yeah.
So like...
I think that's a good comparison.
And when you do it, you have to start with the darkest points and then put the lightest points in, so that you have something to work off of. You can't just put in the light points and let the negative be the dark points. You have to put the black points in there.
Yeah, you gotta put the black back in.
And then work, like when Terry was doing my back piece, this is a really avant-garde approach to it, but he found it kind of difficult to figure out where the light points should go, like realistically. Even though he's been doing it so long on me already, the first pass he put where is going to be kind of the mid-tone in with opaques, and then some of that he went back in the second pass and brightened some of the opaques and darkened some with black. And having done that, since he's covering a medium tone, the white that he put into that opaque went brighter than it would have, and the dark that he put over the opaque was blacker than it would have been.
Amazing.
So like
smart tattooing.
That's where, if you look at my back right now, it's like super contrasty. Like it does not look like there was anything there really, save for the fact that we know, and obviously there's still some negative and like first pass stuff. It looks really, really sharp now because of that.
Right.
So that's like next level stuff.
It's going to be so nice that you can actually show your back.
Well, I can like show a bit of it now, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much that's doing.
Yeah, we can see it.
But like it's pretty fucking cool.
It is cool.
Like these things, there's levels to this, right? Like you can do so many fun tricks to keep building up contrast and stuff.
And I think that's like a really important word that you used is building.
Yeah, well, you have to be willing to.
Yeah.
You can't just do, like, if you can do it, but like it's not going to be as good as it would be if you are willing to take the time.
You have to
here.
be willing to build.
Like, look at the tricks here.
Yeah,
so like
beautiful.
they've shaded white and then they shaded black up to the white to give this portrait, and the white, like, it's not lined, but white shading around the edge is given strength from the dark shading around the white shading.
Yeah.
Right? So here you see exactly what I'm talking about. The darkest point next to the lightest point. It's busting that portrait out. If you just let that be negative, it's not going to be as dark next to that white. And the face is going to be flatter in general. So you just have to treat the whole thing like it all needs to be saturated.
Yeah.
Any of the negative black is going to work against you.
Yeah, so, it's like going in and like and painting on a dark canvas.
But like, look at some of this in here.
I know,
You'd swear
it's
that was negative.
So nicely done. Yeah, and you would swear it's negative, and like
because the light working next to the dark.
Right.
You don't get that any other way.
And then like the debenture at the top, that like moonlight coming behind is so nice. Like it's just beautifully done.
I fucking love this one, and I'm so happy that I was able to be of use here. Like this was back when Kevin and I were doing the show. This project started, and they reached out to ask what we were up to here, and they applied it, and they have a way better result.
Yeah, and I'm happy that the artist that was working on this was open-minded and applied. These ideas.
Like it's like a biggest compliment to this project is their open-mindedness.
Right.
So
I mean, I'm sure it's hard for a tattoo artist to have like a client come in and say, "Hey, I saw this stuff on the internet that Remy's doing. You should check it out because I want to do it."
Oh, that's all edited.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay, that's an easy cop out.
Yes. Right. That's
like
that's
even
what
if
I'm
it
saying.
was, it's like what is the deal? Like, because like you could say I'm brightening or upping saturation and stuff. You can see a picture there though, so it works. Like even if I was tampering with it and making it look better, you can see something there. What is the insinuation that I'm painting this on? Like fuck.
Markers every morning.
Yeah.
I have that much time on my hands.
Wow.
So I'm drawing tattoos every day.
The thought process baffles me.
Right. All right, so let's do this next one. It says, "Dear Remy and team," there's no team.
It's just
me and Remy.
low budget as it
Mostly
gets.
Remy.
I got a camera and a ring light.
I'm just a voice over here reading shit.
You usually don't even have the ring light.
We sometimes sometimes have the ring light.
I don't use the ring light for the vlog.
Ah, my goodness. So it says, I'm Josh from Langley, BC. You're not too far from us. This is my 6-month project. My artist, April Weiss, from Lasting Legacy, champed this out. You opened my mind to new great possibilities, and this is the final. The black took 5 sessions and 4 for the white. I'm really happy with the flow of the piece and probably do second pass on all the white near the end of summer. Just wanted to say thank you.
I think we've seen this before, and I am going to give the same.
I think I remember seeing this, the white lines here.
Yeah, so this was what it was with just the lines, and then this is where they went in and did shading. This is fresh. I don't know if we have healed here. No, we don't get the healed. We just have the fresh. Like, this is pretty good. This is one of the better ones I've seen.
It needs the black, though.
It would be better if they did black on black shading too. Like, that they did almost fully saturate everything in white, but this would pop out more if they did black on black with it. And I said that last time. And like, this is cool and it has a different look than the last one, but I personally like the last one more, and you can see what that is going to be. Like, see, this stuff here is the fresh white shading.
Yeah, and then you see how it's going to heal in the rows there.
Some of this is new. So like this stuff in behind, like you could see the outline is fresh. That's kind of what you're going to get for the healed result. And it doesn't look as crisp as it could look if there was black in there. And it's been so hard for so many people to wrap their minds around this, and this is why this one doesn't look quite as good, in my opinion, as the last one. This is still good, and it's more work than most people do. Yeah. Most people just do the white line.
But you need to bring like a new dark black in there. I agree.
They're always thinking that the black is as black as it can get, and like you can't do blacker black than that. And it's like, it's so not the point.
Yeah, that's like just. It's like you think tattoos think of ink and water. So like you put a drop of ink in water, it's black ink in water, right? But if you keep adding black ink, it's gonna get blacker. I mean, eventually it might not keep getting blacker, but then like that ink is always dissipating too. So I mean,
the formation of so like a fresh black tattoo once healed, and we did this with my head tattoo. It's like the fresh black that you do over top of that healed black is always going to have some result. Yeah. It just will. You're not going to run a line of black over black and it's going to be the same as what's underneath of it. It will never happen.
Ever.
It will never happen no matter who did the black.
More concentrated ink.
It's more concentrated, and as long as you can see something, I can guarantee you when that heals, it's not going to mesh into the background. I've done it enough times. I've seen it enough times. I have outlines on me in black everywhere. You can see them all over the place. They're all over everywhere. They're all over. So it's like, it's not up to debate. And then if you lighten what's inside and what's outside of that black line, then it's going to have a higher contrast next to that line than it would next to negative. It just will, because there's something solid that you put there with intention versus just black that was already there. So it would be better if they did black with this. You could line it in white and then shade part of the inside of it black. You could do that. It would still help. But just doing the white on its own, it's going to do this thing. And that's not going to be as striking as when we go back and look at the first guy when he has all of this contrast happening. Right. It just won't be. And that's not the dog on this, because again, I like this. This is still
awesome, beautiful designs. Yeah, it just needs a little extra, I think.
And I don't think it's not too late now, too. Like, you can still get in and you can still shade the negative black areas with black on black, and you'll get more. Because this result will never be here forever. No. This really bright white thing, it will always go to this more gray thing that he has happening lower on the rows there. So unless you do the black and it kind of boldens up that, it puts it all in focus. Like, I have
it gives it a little more contrast.
I'm just going to keep pointing to these because they're the last thing I have in white and black on its own. Everything else is in color. But
And
like
opaques.
that's part of what and opaques. That's part of why I'm keeping these way or this way, and I haven't had these touched up in well over a year.
And they're on your face.
And they're on my face, so
which sees the most weather and sunlight. And like, you guys, like, I don't know.
I had someone ask if I had these touched up just recently.
You should put a before and after of these two, because I think that like people don't ever appreciate what these started out as. Because
they
I
were
think
little black stars.
I think that people have forgotten that they started as black stars, and
well,
then
a lot
they
of
were
people haven't
rose
been watching
silhouettes,
that long, right?
Right. So I think you should put like a picture of what they were, those black stars, and they're over top of scars. Guys.
I mean, I had dermals in here, and I had shitty little tribal stars there. And like I explain this constantly, but most people aren't paying that close of attention. But it's like this was just black. This is no negative space here.
No, yeah, they were like black silhouette.
So you can get that
roses,
kind of contrast and that kind of like clarity over black. You just have to be open to doing both parts of the equation, not just one. So,
yeah, because they lined it in black and then they put the white in. It's craziness, but
and
it works.
there's some black shading in there too, believe it or not, even in that small of an area. But I don't hate this. It's just, it can be even better than it is.
Always be better.